One of the things that is a diamond in terms of the history of our community is this beautiful ship, which is called the Maple Leaf. And it's called the Maple Leaf because it was built in Canada as a pleasure craft. It was never meant to be part of the Civil War history of Florida or of Jacksonville, but that's what it became. And it was used to transport soldiers up and down the East Coast during the Civil War. And its last voyage happened to be taking a cavalry unit from Jacksonville to Palatka in 1864. And on its return trip, after it unloaded the cavalry and the horses and the soldiers, it actually hit a Confederate mine that was in the St. Johns River right there at Mandarin Point. 12 mines had been set across that part of the river, and he hit one of them with the front of the ship. The front immediately fell off, and it sank within, they say, 3 or 4 minutes. This is a map of the peninsula of Mandarin here, and we're located, the Mandarin Museum is right about where this is on the map. So if you went on Mandarin Road West and did not take the turn and just went out into the river, the Maple Leaf is actually located between here and Orange Park, but on the Duval County side. One of the things that's really remarkable about this ship is that it is the only National Historic Landmark in all of Duval County. And it was, at the time it was named a National Historic Landmark, it was the 4th shipwreck site, and it was in good company with the Monitor from the Civil War, and then 2 World War II ships, the Arizona and the Utah, which are located at Pearl Harbor. The artifacts that have been recovered from this shipwreck site are considered to be the greatest repository of Civil War artifacts ever found, and probably ever will be, per National Park Service historians. Back in the 1980s, a local dentist by the name of Dr. Keith Holland had a dream to find the Maple Leaf. This is an example of what the divers on his team, which was called the St. John's Archaeological Expeditions, Inc., wore when they did dark water diving in the St. Johns River. So everything that they surveyed and discovered on the bottom, 8 feet below the bottom of the river, actually was done in darkness. Dr. Holland wrote a book about the Maple Leaf. He is here to meet people and to tell them about the ship and about the artifacts twice a month. It's been a really big enhancement to our 150th anniversary celebration of the Maple Leaf. This is an interesting personal item display. And we were very excited about the musical instruments, of course. There's a fife and a drumstick represented here. But the most interesting thing in here to me is this little pipe that has a man's name carved on it. And it says V.D. Quilliard. And in doing research on him, his name was Victor. He was a French immigrant who joined the 13th Indiana Infantry on June 1st, 1864. He was killed in the first day battle at Cold Harbor, Virginia. So the things that we have here do not belong to us. They're on loan to us from the State Division of Historical Resources. Another diamond for us is the fact that Harriet Beecher Stowe, who was probably the most famous person to live in Jacksonville, let alone Mandarin, lived just a few blocks from here after the Civil War, and she and her family were there for about 17 winters as she went back and forth from here to Hartford, Connecticut. And we have other things here too, just about the history of Mandarin. If you go into the park, there's a farmhouse that was built in 1875 and a barn that was built in 1876, and those have been restored and are now museums. And we are located in the Walter Jones Historical Park, which is on the banks of the beautiful St. Johns River here in Mandarin.